All right, hey YouTube family, this is a grade reveal video that is kind of like a supplementary to the GameStop video. This is part of the Rip to Grade series. A lot of these cards, but not all of them, are cards that I ripped at GameStop to grade directly to PSA. I did the Pokemon and TCG video, and I realized, yeah, this will come out after the GameStop videos. So I have 13 cards here. There's actually a 14th card, but I have already gifted it. I gave it to one of the people who were in my vlog. He wanted the card. I was like, I don't have a price for it. It's like a $2 raw card, but it was a PSA 10. It was a Cam Whitmore. I'll put the information here, but thank you, Warren. Hope you enjoy the card. Thank you for being part of the vlog, and everyone who was in the part of the vlog, thank you so much for being part. Having said that, we are going to go through these in chronological or numerical order. So I'm going to start with the very first one. It is the only soccer card out of the bunch. Oh, and also I will provide the market mover comps here on the right-hand side. I do have multiple comps because I wanted to show you what it would have comped as a raw. Then a PSA 9, which we are seeing as a market is same or less than a raw card. And then the PSA 10, and then the pop of that particular grade within PSA's population report. So having said that, let's go ahead. This is a 2024 Prizm Copa America Kristen Pulisic National Landmarks. And raw, it's $125 to $150 card. PSA 9, it's $120 to $140 card. Again, a little bit less than raw. And then the PSA 10 is $300 to $375. And the pop count is 42. So I'm very glad to get right out of the gate a PSA 10 on a really beautiful, national landmarks. The only other country I would have really wanted other than America would have been Korea, because that is my place of, my home country. But having said that, this is a beautiful banger of a card, and it is a PSA 10. Then we get to a 2019 Optic Robert Parish Retro Series Signatures. This is out of, I think it's 99. I always forget. Yeah, it says 70 out of 99 right there. And this card, raw, it's a $15 to $20 card. No one's really grading it because it's Robert Parish. So there are no PSA 9 and no PSA 10 sales. This did get a PSA 9, which I'm not too upset about. I don't think I'm going to try to move this card. I think it just stays in the PC, even though I was trying to see if I could PSA 10 it and then flip it or sell it. It's a pop 3 with 2 higher, just a card that isn't being submitted for grading very often. So it's all good. It's a cool card. Or maybe, get it to a Celtics, collector, something like that. So that is, so far, we are 50% gem rate, 1 for 2. This card is a Haunted Hoops Brandon Miller Hollow Candy, and it got a PSA 10. Raw, very wide fluctuation, $15 to $60 raw. There are no PSA 9 and no PSA 10 sales. It's pop 14. So I think it's just, any Wemby's and Millers, people are trying to grade to try to turn a profit. But, it's not numbered. It isn't SP. Maybe I shouldn't have graded it. I don't know. But it is a raw, again, like $15 to $60 card. I did buy this at a local card show here in the DMV. And so I picked this up, and I'll have to figure out what I'm going to price it at. But I think it's going to be, I don't think it's going to be like double $15 for $30. And I don't think it's going to be double the high end of $60 for $120. So very wide range as to what I'm going to comp this at or sell it at. Or put a listing of, but it's going to be between $30 and $120. But there are no comps for this card. And again, we are now 2 for 3. Man, this card, I bought this at Cards HQ. Bought it the weekend I went for Culture Collision in 2024. This card, it was sitting in their shelf, with a buy it now, because they don't do any negotiating. This one, I think, is numbered. So it's a Cherry Blossom. It's numbered to 20. I've actually seen this card in a PSA 10 in a local card show, and I was like, man, that's such a cool card. I think I wanted to keep it PC if it was going to get a PSA 9, but as a PSA 10, I think I am going to try to flip it. Raw, it's $200 to $220 card. PSA 9 is $210, last comp. And then PSA 10, it ranges from $350 to $500. So because I really like this card so much, I don't see myself trying to sell it for, at the low range of like $350. I think I'm going to try and go for the high range. And if it doesn't sell, it doesn't sell. It is a Pop 9 card out of 20 cards. It's interesting that 9 of them are gems, so that's interesting. But this is a Pop 9 as a PSA 10. So I'm very happy for this one. We are now 3 for 4 in the gem rate for these 13 cards. Oh, and I'm sorry, that Cam Whitmore card got a 10 as well. So we're 4 for 5. Let's just keep it 4 for 5. But we get to 1997. We know we're not going to gem rate a 97 die cut card. I mean, it's so hard. As you can see, not as you can see. Got a PSA 8. As a PSA 8, it's Pop 19. They're 22 higher in PSA 9s and 10s. A raw card, bought this at the National in 2023 in Rosemont. And then I graded it with Arena Club, and it came back a 9. So now it's a PSA 8. Raw, it's a $30 to $50 card. As a PSA 8, because it's a 97 and it's a die cut, it goes from $40 to $90, and then a PSA 9 goes for $140 to $160. That's what I was trying to capture to see if I could get it, crossing over to a PSA 9. And then a PSA 10, there are no sales recently. The last sale in 2020 was $246. So, beautiful card to get if you can get it as a gem 10, but I'm happy with this as a PSA 8. I might just PC it. I was hoping to see if I could get a PSA 9, maybe a 10. It didn't get there, so it could just stay in my PC. I don't mind holding on to cards like this for a long time. This card I pack pulled as a young adult when I was collecting in 2011. This is I think it's 2010, 2011. Well, no, I guess it's 2011, 2012. But it is a very early Panini, past and present. Luke Longley. I mean, I pack pulled it. It's a raw card. It's $17 to $29. There are no sales in PSA 9 and no sales in PSA 10. It is a Pop 1 higher card. It is not numbered. I doubt that this is a very SSP type of card. I do see the auto is cut off on the left-hand side. It's a beautiful card, though. I thought it might have a really good shot at gemming because it's a full white background and no bordered card. It got a 9. I don't mind. It's all good. I'll try to see if I can sell it. I'll put it up on my eBay store. But it's just a really cool card. I feel like an Aussie would love this type of card because he is from the land down under. But yeah, that's a beautiful, beautiful card. Where am I on the gem rates? 1, 2, 3, 4 with Cam Whitmore. I'm 4 of 7, I think. 4 of 7. So let's make it a 5 out of 8 with a Scotty Barnes. It's just a Pop 2. Likely because not a lot of people are trying to flip this card or anything like that. The one other card, because now it's a Pop 2, the Pop 1, PSA 10, sold for $51. There are no sales as a PSA 9. There is a sale for PSA 8 at $27. And as a raw card, it's a $15 to $34 card. And this card is numbered out of 99, as you can see from the light there. So this one's pretty cool. I mean, it's a sticker card. I mean, it's an initial auto. But, I'm just glad to, I will try to move this card. And, we'll see how Scotty Barnes plays throughout the season. All right, now we get to more of the cards that I ripped. I think all of these cards, except for the last one, the next 4 or 5 are cards that I ripped in GameStop. And I'm sorry, I picked this up at the Fanatics Fest last year. Okay, Jacoby Jones. Oh, no, not Jacoby Jones. Jacoby George. It is a green lava out of 99. It is a Pop 1. This card just hasn't been graded enough yet. Again, a lot of these cards you're about to see, I should not have graded them. It was so foolish. But again, I was stretching. I was trying to see what I could grade and see how it would grade with PSA through GameStop. A raw, on the high end, it's a $9 card, but for the most part, it's a $1 card. We're not talking about anything, rare or super nice. I don't think Jacoby George is a world beater or anything like that. It is a PSA 10, so I'm glad to get that. but there are no comps as a PSA 9 or a PSA 10. So this will be interesting to see what I put it up for. I am going to put it up for more than just the cost of grading plus $1. I will say that. So I'll have to figure out what to price this at. But this really would be suitable for like a Miami Hurricanes fan. This card is just complete. I put bruh up here. It's a barely even $1 card. It's like a 10-cent card. Like, this is a type of card. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't mean to say it's like 10 cents. It's not numbered though. And it is a McDonald's All-American card. It is shiny. It is a refractor. I think he plays for Texas. I can't remember as I'm recording this. It's a PSA 9, so it's even less. This might be one of those cards where I give away to a kid or find someone who is like a Texas Longhorn fan who's like not in the hobby, because I feel like they would appreciate it. But it is a pop 1, none higher, because no one is grading this type of card. And quite frankly, neither should you. No one should grade this card. No one should. All right, so let's move on. We go from a bruh to a dude. Dude, what? Dude, where's my car? I just realized I didn't mean to do that, but dude, where's my car? This is Alexander Albon, and it got a PSA 8 straight from GameStop, right into the penny sleeve, right into the semi-rigid, straight to PSA, and it graded an 8. This is numbered out of 75. It's a pink Ray Wave of Alexander Albon. It's a pop 1, none higher. Again, because no one is grading this card. No one should be grading this card. As a raw card, it's like a $1 card. And so this is perfect for, again, I've said this in the past, but I have a friend who is friends or knows of Alexander Albon. So this is going to go to her. So enjoy that card. We go from a bruh to a dude to a come on, man. This is a $1 card, okay? Pop 1 higher, because no one's grading it. The one interesting thing about this card is when I saw comps, there was something called an X Factor as opposed to X Fractor. And so this is a checker flag refractor of Max Verstappen. It is a $1 card, and it is a PSA 9. And so, again, it's a PSA 9. Even as a PSA 10, I just don't think it would have been, a great card to even have. But again, I was stretching. But so far for my GameStop Rip to Grade, very bad grades for the Rip to Grade series. I will say that. So this one, again, came from a Bowman Chrome that I ripped at GameStop. As a raw, it's a $1 to a $5 card. This is my Florida Gator, Go Gators, DJ Lagway. PSA 9, it's an $18 to $20 card, which does mean you do get to barely recoup the cost of grading. As a PSA 10, it's a $27 to $50 card, even though it's just a base. And this is a Pop 58 card. So I will try to list this up and try to get that amount. And, it's I don't know. There's nothing special about this card, but am I going to continue to grade base cards? Not really. But if this did end up being like a PSA 8 or a PSA 9, I would likely just have kept it in my PC because he's in this Florida Gators uniform. So last but not least, this is a card that I did get from Q Train Ethan in a trade, or actually not in a trade. I bought this off him. So thank you so much for making this. I think I bought it for about $35. So raw, it's a $30 to $45 card in recent comps. And I bought this 4 or 5 months ago. So Ja was, I think, still, it was preseason NBA. PSA 9, $36 to $60 card. As a PSA 10, $82 to $105 card. It's a Pop 245. It is a not numbered, I think it's called a case hit. I think it is a case hit, but a SSP. It is a Presentations of John Morant, PSA 10. Looks really nice. Thank you, Q Train, for making that deal with me. And, I'm really glad to have gotten, what is it? It's not as good of a gem rate as the Pokemon, but what did I say? 14 cards? Let's do it real quick. Recap. PSA 10, PSA 9, PSA 10, PSA 10, PSA 8, PSA 9, PSA 10, PSA 10, rough 9s, just absolutely brutalized, 10, and a 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then that Cap Whitmore is 8. 8 out of 13. 14. 8 out of 14. So just a hair over a 50% gem rate. for modern sports cards. And so thank you so much for watching. That is, I guess, the end of this part of the Rip to Grade series with GameStop. It was so much fun. Thank you everyone for showing so much love. This is not a GameStop. I did do the reveal. I'll put that video on the left-hand side or the right-hand side so that you can go check it out if you haven't already. But, you know, it's just part of my journey with these cards. And I will make these available at my local card shows and my eBay store. So, all right. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a wonderful day in the hobby.